Here we go.
I'm good right here.
That's not this type of show. Hi, everybody. This is my favorite. You look like a first lady. You do. Hi, everybody. Hello. Welcome to Tuesday, everybody. Good morning. Hello. Good morning. I love it. Hi, everybody. Aaron did a good job today. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Have a seat. Let's get started. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody. Welcome to the show. Wow, the audiences have been so... I'm going to go on vacation more. I come back, and it's like, I love it. Keep some of that love for my dear friend, and she looks like a first lady today. It's Kendall, everybody.
Hello.
You do. You do. You look very... You got your Barber Bush pearls going on, and yeah...
Why, thank you. I
Yeah.
inherited them from my grandmother, so that makes sense.
Oh,
right?
really?
Yeah, no, I know this is your favorite dress.
It
it's
is.
your first week back in a while, and so I just thought I'd rock it.
I-
Evan said the same thing this morning.
It is. Well,
lady
I always think that you're absolutely beautiful. So, but today you're 37% more beautiful.
Oh,
That's
thank
right.
you.
Yes, 37%.
37%.
37. That's
More
a lot.
Jackie O. Love it.
Little Jackie O. Look, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Actually, right before you came out, you always talk about how great the crew is that nobody sees.
Yeah, we have the best
My
crew.
mic was
yeah.
off. It wasn't on. And as you can see, it's very like hidden
Yeah.
in all up in here. And I'm like,
Oh,
want to know who can fix it without having to get anywhere? You can just like do it with his fingers through my dress.
Floor Director Evan.
Yeah.
He's
like
the
a
best.
miracle
That's
worker.
right, a miracle worker. Yeah.
I don't know.
Because for people who don't know, Kendall's right. I mean, guys have it easier because my mic is here, but it's tucked. I have to unbutton my shirt and tuck it in the shirt and down the britches, and then there's a mic pack.
Calm down, ladies.
Calm down. Calm down. It's all right. And then the mic pack is back here, so you have like a little turtle on your back. But for you, because it's all zipped up in the dress, it's a little more complicated.
It's a whole nother level, darling.
That's how it's a whole nother. And that's anyway. But that's how good Evan is. I always love. We really do open all the mail that we get when people bring me gifts. It's so sweet, and I love when I get something from a kid. It just because look, we're not a kid show per se, but I do know that kids watch the program and the radio show too. And this little girl, and wait till you see her little picture. She is sassy. Like if I had a daughter, this would be my daughter. I'm telling you. Her name is Ella. And look, she drew me this picture right here. Look at this, everybody. Yeah, doing a little dance. What is that dance?
It's the dab.
The dab. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess and her name is Ella. She's 8. And Ella, I love you, but girl, I can't dance. So I don't know how to do that. So if you want to come on the show and teach me, that would be great. You know what I mean? Have little Ella come on.
Great idea.
And I love it. She wrote right in the corner, "Yo, you're stinking cool." Thank you.
You're an angel. I think there was a you're an angel.
Oh, I'm an
in
angel.
there too.
Dude, you're a dude. And that's funny. She calls me dude. Dude, you're a heck of an angel, and you so stinking cool. Yeah. Well, I'm a hit with the 8-year-old crowd. That's fantastic.
You missed the best part.
Yeah.
The age.
What?
The age in parentheses. How little kids include their age on everything, They put like Ella, 8.
Tell everyone what she did. That's right. This is the best part. Okay, Leo, can we put the thing back up again? So look at the very top where it says to Jason. So she lists her age and she lists mine as well. And Kendall, what did she write?
She writes like in parentheses 43 or maybe 44 or like something like that.
Or she keeps going. Or 48.
Yeah, 48.
Do not age me. I am 44. I'm happy with
maybe
that.
Maybe it was a 3. I think maybe it was a 3.
No, it's 48.
It's an 8. Okay.
It's 48. Nope, it's an 8. It's a very clear 8. Anyway, that's a few years down the line. But anyway, thank you, sweetheart. Come to the show and teach me how to Dab.
Dab.
Thank you, Aaron. Yeah, I don't know. I'm doing this like I'm voguing or something
Like,
anyway.
This is not the dab.
This is
very
perfect.
Clear.
She can teach me how to dab, and I'll teach her how to vogue.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, because
Okay.
the audience is shocked by that. I know, because it's a fun fact about Jason. I know most of the choreography to Madonna's Vogue, still to this day. So
true.
I can do the whole thing, and we're not going to do that right now. But anyway, let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Here we go.
Yes.
Anyway, first up, the movie about the king now has its king, has its lead. I don't know if you guys heard, but there's going to be an Elvis Presley biopic coming out, and has cast a dude named Austin Butler, that's him right there, as the iconic musician. So the reason this is a big deal, well, first, it's a movie about Elvis, for the love of Elvis. And next, that guy right there beat out Harry Styles, Ansel Elgort, and Miles Teller for the role of the king. What, were they laughing at I said Elgort very dramatically, but yeah, anyway.
It was him.
It was him, yeah. He was in, Anson was in that movie with Shailene Woodley.
With the thing and the stars. Fault in Our Stars.
Fault in Our Stars.
Yes,
That's
10
what it
points
is.
for Gryffindor.
Wow, you went all the way around. You're
Yeah.
like, love and sickness, teens.
That's how my brain works.
I love it. Austin appears in the upcoming film Once Upon a Time in Hollywood with Leo and Brad Pitt, and also dating Vanessa Hudgens. So yeah, so not a bad thing. Tom Hanks will play the role of Elvis's longtime manager, Tom Parker. Production is set to begin next year. It is amazing. There have been books, countless books. I think Elvis actually ranks up there with, I'm not joking, Muhammad Ali and Jesus as having the most books written about them. I'm serious.
This is a fact.
I mean, we don't often say Jesus on the show, but I mean, there's been a lot of books written about Jesus. But
One big one.
He's one big one. But anyway, available in most hotel rooms. And
Go on.
why did that make you snort out of everything I've said?
That's the way. Available
In most hotel rooms, that's right. But anyway, there's been a lot of books written about Elvis, but I just thought about that. Jeff, has there ever been a feature film about him? Like a big budget? I don't think so, really. Like, like a TV movie, but
Yeah.
I don't know. So I'm surprised there hasn't been one beforehand. And
Maybe no one wanted to take it on.
because I mean, it's Elvis. I mean, that's a heck of a role. That's why I'm kind of glad they did an unknown. When you want someone that can disappear into the role of Elvis, I don't want to keep thinking, oh, that's Ansel Elgort. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know why I keep saying
Harry
his name like
Styles.
that. I like him. Or Harry Styles. Harry, I love, but I would never not think of him as Harry Styles. I would keep going, oh, look, it's Harry Styles as Elvis.
Right. You don't think you could just blend into the role?
No, not at all. Next in the dish, remember the cord cutters, the folks who were supposedly saving money by eliminating cable? Well, not so fast. A new report. That sounded very much like the church lady there. Yeah. Satan? A new report. I've said Satan and Jesus in the same show, but yeah. A new report from the Consumer Technology Association shows Americans are expected to spend upwards of $26 billion on music and video subscription services this year. That's nearly double the number from just 2 years ago. That's a heck of a climb from just 2 years. That number could balloon, everybody, to $32 billion by next year. Music streaming alone accounts for about a third of that. We're talking your Spotify, your Apple Music. I know I make a joke of it, but it is not a joke. I have subscriptions for Hulu, Netflix, CBS All Access, YouTube Red, or whatever they call that nonsense. So I have like 3 or 4.
You do?
Yeah, and that's 7 times, it's 8, let's round it up to $8. 8 times 5 is what, $40? $40? Wow, I did math live on television. That was amazing.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was really good. Yeah. Ella would be proud.
So the audience is so nice. They're clapping for easy multiplication. Yeah. But no, how many do you have at home?
We just, Netflix, if you're watching, I don't do this, but we just hop off of other people's Netflix and Hulu and.
Okay, yeah.
Like me and everybody else, America, okay?
I was gonna say, yeah. Netflix, if you're watching, it's Kindle Mark.
Yeah.
Just, right there. Just,
bad. Well, we're just like everybody else. My generation gets that rap is like just still living in mom's basement. Well, I don't live in my mom's basement. I own a house, but I do binge off of all of her stuff. So.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's right. I have all of my mother and my in-laws are all on my Netflix
Well, you
accounts.
won't give me your password, so I have to do it somewhere.
I'll give you, I think I'm out of people. Like, I can't share anymore.
Sure, Jason, whatever, next story.
Whatever, next to the dish. It's funny, I'm getting the rap from both sides of the camera. You're rapping me, and then executive producer Jeff, when he's going like this. This is like a little propeller on his hand. Next, so I'll move on. Next in the dish, Jimmy Fallon and Stephen Colbert teamed up for a bit, recreating a scene from the new season of Stranger Things. Look at this.
Jimmy, show's in 2 minutes.
Be right there. Stephen. Stephen, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, Jimmy. I'm just trying on a new bandana. Tell you what, let's change frequencies. The writers listen to this one. That's better. What's up?
Hey, I just want to wish you good luck this week. I know we're both back with new shows, so good luck.
Oh, thanks, Jimmy. Hey, man. Do you want to do that thing?
Right now?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Turn around and look at what you're saying.
Well, Jimmy and Steven returned last night following a 2-week break, so they did it. Hey, I love this. I'm old enough to remember the great late night wars between Leno and Letterman when neither would speak of the other. I like that these guys get it's fun, and the people don't care watching. We just like that they're friends, and they and that's funny. Have you ever seen the Never-Ending Story?
No.
It's all right. It's all right. It's fine. It's about.
There was a gasp about that.
No, it's fine. No, it's about a flying dog. It's fine. Yeah, a giant flying dog, basically. Yeah.
Not missing much. Hello, Clifford.
I didn't give anything away. I didn't say the dog crashes. I mean,
Ella is no longer watching, okay?
Yeah, it's fine. I'm getting the rap again. Lots more to come. We'll be right back, everybody. Stay with us. Coming up shortly, there was drama in the fantasy suite on The Bachelorette. Something happened that has never happened before in the history of the show. Wow, that sounded like one of their dramatic promos. Then, a legendary show gets a reboot at the Guthrie. The stars of Guys and Dolls are in our studio to give us the skinny on how this classic still appeals to new audiences. And wine diva Leslie Miller is back from an English wine tour, complete with a faux British accent and tons of great wine ideas. That is all coming up. Stay right there.
There have been so many times that, like, I have wanted to say, I'm done with you, but my heart has just not allowed me to let you go. And I've prayed so much for clarity, and I feel like I've finally gotten clarity on you. And I do not want you to be my husband.
Why it took so long for her to figure this out, I don't know, but Luke didn't go without a fight. In fact, he almost didn't go at all.
There's something in me that is refusing me to get into that vehicle right now. Because
If you really, I can probably get you to go in that limo. So, like, I have had sex.
Say what?
Yeah. And Jesus still loves me. I didn't just go to the fantasy suite. I in a windmill.
She has a southern accent. I just noticed that. Anyway, that's Hannah finally giving up Luke P. finally giving. I know, I do this segment every week. I just noticed she's talking like this. Anyway, she finally gave Luke P the boot on last night's episode of The Bachelorette. Well, after a week in which Hannah couldn't make up her mind, she finally got clarity during the fantasy suites and narrowed the field down from 4 to 3. And that means time once again for America Loves Ted. Right there. Producer Ted joins us from the Jason Show control room. Ted, I'm not joking. I never noticed she had a Southern accent.
Yeah, she has a Southern accent. I'm more surprised that that's your takeaway from that.
No, okay, no, I believe me. Sex in the treadmill or the windmill, not treadmill. I mean, that
would be interesting.
That show's on Fox. Yeah, but that and then the Luke, just flat out telling Luke P. Has this ever happened before on The Bachelor, Ted?
You know, it's sort of like implied that that's what they do. You know, they sort of wake up next to each other. You know, did they or didn't they? This is the first time where we hear they did.
And in a windmill.
Yeah, so that was the date with Peter, but what happened before that, or after that really, is this date with Luke P, where he basically told her, if you have sex with any of these guys, I'm out.
Oh.
And she clearly had already done it. And so she's like, and he was like, oh wait, I think you're misconstruing what I meant.
Yeah, no.
No.
Oh, so that's why she used it as the weapon of, she wanted him out, and she's like, well, I know how to get you in that cab. Right. I had Nookie in a windmill.
And he's been the horrible guy all season. We're all like, get rid of him. She hasn't gotten rid of him. Finally, he pushed her over the edge, and she finally pulled the plug.
And can I say, Ted, in the annals of our show, can you jot that down? I just said Nookie in a windmill for the first time ever in our show's history. Just, can you write that down? Thank you.
July.
Just put the date line, yeah.
6.
How did her date with Peter go?
Steamy. Yeah, so it ended in a windmill.
I mean, when in Holland, you know, I mean, yeah.
So Peter is the pilot, and so this is after. And she's giddy afterwards. I didn't really know what to think about Peter going into this week. Now I'm thinking he might have a chance of winning, but we didn't really know much about Peter because we spent all this time with Luke P.
Yeah. Now,
but he seems to be a front runner.
Now, okay, so really quickly before we go, she and Jed had what's being described as a shaky date. Were they also in the windmill?
No, so Jed's this country music singer who didn't go on the show to promote his music career, right?
Of course not, yeah.
Sure. Well, he spent the whole date being like, why are you keeping Luke P around this long? Well, she didn't like that. She wants to have her own clarity. And then somehow he resurrected things and salvaged the fantasy suite at the end. So, good for him.
So, we got to go, but so she was in the windmill 3 times?
Well, different windmills.
There are different windmills?
I don't think it was a windmill with the other
What
guys.
is the budget on the show? Did they have like 3 random windmills? Yeah, anyway.
Lots of windmills.
Yeah, lots of windmills.
But no windmill for Luke P.
No windmill. Ted, can you write this down too? Can we put in the next fiscal budget windmill for the Jason Show? Can we get that? Yeah.
Outside.
Give it up for Ted, everybody. Thank you so much. We'll do. You know what we'll do? We'll do Windmill Wednesdays with Ted. Yeah. We'll do little dates. Yeah. Anyway, still ahead. I'm pulling out. Well, now this sounds bad following that segment. I'm pulling out my brand new lightsaber, everybody. Now, who wrote that? I'll tell you about my trip to the brand new Star Wars land at Disneyland. Does it live up to the hype? And are the headlines true? You'll find out what I mean when we come back. Back after this. Welcome back, everybody. Well, it is the biggest new attraction. It is the biggest new attraction to hit Disneyland in decades. During my recent time off, I got a chance to visit the new Star Wars Galaxy Edge Park inside Disneyland in California. I will tell you, it lives up to the hype. You don't even have to be a Star Wars fan to enjoy it. Yeah. One of the great things that we did, I think this is the first thing we're going to see, is you get the chance to go inside and make your own operatable droid. So you pick from all, look at this, I shot all this video. You get to pick from all of these parts and construct your own droid. And it's about, the price point's about $100. This is inside the Millennium Falcon, everybody. The Millennium Falcon ride. You get a chance to take pictures. There's the actual Millennium Falcon. It is a life-size ship that's smack dab in the middle of the park. It is breathtaking. I came around a corner and I saw it and I was like, oh my goodness. There's Kylo Ren's ship. These are full, guys, the pictures don't do it justice. These are full-size replicas of these ships just sitting around and they're moving. The stormtroopers you see, they walk around, they engage with you. If you do poorly on the Millennium Falcon ride, this is no joke because you have a job to do on that ride. I was the pilot and I did not do well. So a stormtrooper came up to me and said, I heard you failed the smuggler's run. Come with me. So depending on how you do, the cast members in the park treat you differently. Another highlight is the cantina. If you've seen the original Star Wars, the cantina scene is very, very famous. This is inside. Look at this bar, everybody. They serve Star Wars themed drinks. And it looks, I mean, look at the detail. You literally feel like you are not in a Disney park. It feels like you are in an alien bar. The drinks are special. You know, you just can't get a vodka soda or a gin and tonic. They're all special made drinks. There's creatures. There's the aquarium that's sitting on top of the bar with this creature. There's the robot DJ spinning records while you're sitting there. It was a highlight. Now, before we roll this video, let me tell you, I said this yesterday, the coolest thing I've ever done at a theme park, and I've been to a lot of theme parks, is the opportunity, I'm a nerd, to make your own lightsaber. Now, we shot some video inside. You go inside, and as you can see here, you pick all the parts yourself. You have a variety of parts you can choose from. That's me actually picking my parts. Then you put the crystal, you get different colors in there. I was literally crying at this point. And then everybody activates their lightsabers for the first time. Look at that. So you're in this cave and everybody is activating. This is the moment where I cried. Like, I thought this was the coolest thing ever. There's my friend, Hey Haley. Who's been on our show before, but I'm not kidding everybody. The price point for that is about $200. You do get you take home the lightsaber, and I will tell you now, floor director Evan, now this is the lightsaber. It's very heavy. You can't really see that on television, but you pick each part and you design it yourself. The coolest part, as you saw in the video, was the activating. So, floor director Evan, can you dim the lights, please? There we go. There we go. Yes. There we go. I think we just should do the whole show like this. That would be fantastic. Anyway, again, the price point is about $200. And if you take this camera over here, you will see the droid that I designed and made. I haven't named him yet, but he's an R2 unit. He's very similar to the R2-D2 that you see. He is totally controlled by remote control. You can make him move around. He can go whatever way you want. He looks a little drunk there, but that's all right. But again, to make the droid, it's about $100, and you do get to take them home. TSA safe, you can ship them back, and you get to pick the color, the legs, the head, everything. And again, just an unbelievable experience. I do want to touch on one thing that made news recently, that especially in LA, that the crowds have been low at Disneyland and at the Star Wars park. Here's the deal. We talked to a lot of locals, including our very own Dax Holt. Here's what's happening. The locals around Anaheim have been so freaked out by the publicity that they think there's going to be so many crowds. People are just staying away. So when we were there, the Millennium Falcon ride had a 15-minute wait, and that was it. So, yeah, that's not going to stay that way, but that's really what's happening. The park is worth it if you get a chance to go. It's open right now at Disneyland. It opens at Disney World at the end of August, and you know I'll be there too. So there we go. Still ahead, everybody. It's one of the most iconic musicals. It's one of the most iconic musicals in American theater, and it's playing now at the Guthrie. We're talking to two of the leads of Guys and Dolls when we return. Back in a moment, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. We know this, all bets are off when it comes to love. Our next guests know that well because they star in one of the great all-time musicals in America, Guys and Dolls, currently playing at the Guthrie Theater, Minneapolis. Audience, give it up for Rodney Gartner. Thank you. And Kirsten Wyatt, everybody. Welcome. I call it a classic, and it is that's sometimes thrown around a little. First of all, can I just say I love your shoes?
Thank you.
Can we just acknowledge that? I just looked. Those are fantastic.
Nordstrom Rack, baby.
I
Nordstrom
love that.
Rack.
I think those would still show up if we turn the lights down. I love that. What is it like? You know, there are great plays or great new plays. What is it like to do a classic?
It feels like you're home, actually, you know.
Oh, I like that.
Both of us have trained most of our lives to be an actor, and when you get to your hands on a classic, it feels like this is what I've trained for my whole life, you know.
I've been waiting for this.
Yeah.
Same for you?
Oh, yeah. You're well taken care of when it's such a classic, well-worn piece, right? You're taken care of. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. So then you just get to focus on the nuances that make it more delicious and make it more up-to-date and fresh.
I like that. You don't worry about the product. You don't worry about the script.
You know it works.
You know it works. I like that.
Yeah.
Is there any way, is this retelling at the Guthrie, is there any modernization, or is it just and if so, how?
I would say we've probably modernized it in a couple of ways. One of the first ways is, you know, there tends to be some misogyny in these old classic musicals.
No, really?
I know. I know. The women sometimes are a little two-dimensional.
Yeah.
And we have. I think we've done a really good job at taking a lot of that misogyny, all of that misogyny out, and also our diversity of our cast is really
diverse
fantastic.
in every way. Diverse in every way.
Yes.
Ethnically speaking, size-wise, I mean,
Age.
it's just wonderful to see our country actually
representation,
right?
Yeah.
What New
Imagine
York,
that, yes.
I mean, it's a good thing.
Rodney, for those, I always call them youngins. For the young folks out there, people who don't know, give us the general arc of the story if people aren't familiar with Guys and Dolls.
Oh, well, it starts with a bet, right? I'm horrible at summarizing things like this.
Kirsten?
I got
That's why I throw
this.
that.
So it's about a couple of gamblers and the women that love them.
Yeah.
That's basically what it's about.
Wow, that was the best. Wow, that was.
Thank you.
Wow.
Let me just also say, the women. What you learn is that the women are always right. So thank you.
There we go too.
I came with the shoes.
You came with the shoes. Rodney, we were looking at the photos behind the great photos. How great is that wardrobe? The costuming
divine.
in this era is such a great era for clothes.
Yes.
And Kara Harmon, who was our costume designer, was just masterful in putting us in things that actually made us look good, that flattered us, that took into consideration our skin tone and how to make us pop under the lights.
Yes.
It's just.
Yeah, because I will say, Ronnie, that purple is looking really good on you. That is fantastic. And same for you. I mean, the clothes back then, they were just, it's just magical almost.
And can I give a shout out to the Guthrie wardrobe crew and the people in the shop who make our costumes. They sewed my underwear onto my body to make sure it fit well. Too much information, maybe.
No, they do that here for me. It's fine.
Great.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. The Guthrie's just, I mean, I have a lot of civic pride, and I love it here, and the Guthrie's just one of the best, isn't it? I mean, it just really is. And you guys have been all over. It's just the best.
They really know how to support artists in every way, and that's something that you don't always get.
Yeah. Now, I was looking here, and you, Miss Kirsten, correct me if I'm wrong, you were an understudy for, you know, an actress you may have heard of, Kristen Chenoweth.
I was.
And You're a Good Man. What? Okay, I've always wanted to ask this. What is this like? Are you hoping she gets sick?
No.
Like, no, I'm kidding, audience. Oh, stop it. You know you wondered the same thing, too.
No.
Oh, Jason, you wondered it, too. Yeah.
No, but you are ready to go on in case anything should happen. And understudies are the unsung heroes. Understudies swings.
Yes.
They're the unsung heroes of any production.
Is it nerve? I mean, you're always there's always little butterflies, but on the night, like the first night that you had to step in, what's going on in your body? Are you more nerves? Are you more excitement?
It starts out with nerves, and then you it's like a traumatic event where, in the best way possible, in that you don't remember anything. You just sort of start going, and at the end, you're exhausted.
Yeah, you're like, I did it, I'm done.
Yeah, and
you
oftentimes you don't even have rehearsal. You're just
there,
thrown on.
I
and
love
people
it.
are taking your clothes off and putting them back on and pushing you on stage, and we call it shove with love.
Yeah.
You know.
Again, just like here.
Absolutely.
There we go. Rodney and Kirsten, everybody, guys and dolls, is playing at the Guthrie Theater until August 25th. For more information, right there at the bottom of your screen, head to GuthrieTheater.org. Still ahead, everybody. I'm sharing some horror stories from my trip. One particular flight with one particular family. And you guys have your travel horror stories on Facebook. That and more when we come back. Back after this. Thank you so much. What a pleasure. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Well, I will tell you, it is one part of my recent vacation I would really like to forget. My flight from LA to Hawaii on July 4th. A lot of you followed me on Twitter on my account, Jason Matheson. Now leave this photo up for just a second, Leo. This is all about flight nightmares, and we've all had them. See the feet to the right? That is the feet of a young lady who, as you can see, there is garbage starting to collect around her. This is the child that I was referring to as the children of the corn yesterday. I could not stand it. She was to the right of me, and this is the little girl at this moment sticking her legs out trying to trip the flight attendants. At this moment. Then, this is the garbage she kept throwing on the floor, expecting the flight attendants to pick up after her. And shockingly, and this is the young lady controlling the television with her feet. Yes, yeah. And that's me. The reason it's blurry, because I'm trying to secretly... I'm trying to secretly take the picture without anybody seeing, so I'm under a blanket. Anyway, what makes matters worse, all of you great parents out there, I came back from this trip with, I don't have kids, and I don't believe in criticizing parents if I don't have kids, but I will say this. I came back with a better appreciation for great parenting, because shockingly, and this will make all of you great parents really mad, all of the stuff that I showed you, the parents were awake for and did nothing. Nothing. They just stood there. And the father was calling his wife mother, which further creeped me out. And it just was a horrible flight. But I will have to say congratulations and way to go to that flight crew. That Delta crew on that flight was they had patience that I don't have. They were true professionals. Delta, you should be very proud. So we wanted to hear about your travel nightmare stories. We got quite a few of them on our Facebook page. First up, Kim says, an intoxicated elderly man fell asleep on my shoulder on my flight to Oslo. Girl, that ain't a short flight to have a man sleeping. Yeah. Next, Joe says, hi, Joe. I watched a girl get into her seat, take off her sandals, and put her feet between the seats in front of her. Yeah, believe me, I've seen that where the toes come out on the side of you. Now, we have one member of our audience who has a flight story. Come on down. Be very careful with the steps. Let me help you. These steps are, there we go. What's your name?
Shannon.
Okay, Shannon, you can tell this is Aaron Schwab was laughing so hard. What happened?
Okay, so this was a number of years ago, but I was on a flight home from Iceland, and I was seated between a Hare Krishna and a nun. And
you know that sounds like the beginning of a joke. Yeah.
And so every time there was a little bit of turbulence, they were trying to out-religion each other. And I just sat very quietly, did my little prayer to myself, and, you know, couldn't wait until we landed. So
oh, my goodness.
It was good.
Every time there was turbulence?
Every time that seatbelt light went on.
Pray.
And actually, it got louder, even if it didn't go on. You know, occasionally it'd be like, and I was like, I can't sleep, I can't do anything. I didn't even want to order the free drink. Like,
no.
I didn't know what to do.
Oh, then no, you don't want the judgment from the nun.
I just sat and did my little prayer, and it was okay.
Get your ginger ale without vodka. Yeah.
I'll take an extra cookie.
Exactly.
Right. So.
Still ahead, everybody, the wine diva Leslie Miller is back after a trip to England. She'll show us some of her favorite English wines when we come back. Back after this. That is great. Thank you. Be careful. Be careful. Welcome back, my friends. Well, I am not the only one. No, I'm not. I'm not the only one who returned from vacation. Our next guest just got back from a trip of her own to English wine country, and she's here to share all that she has learned. Give it up for the wine diva, Leslie Miller from Amusé Wines. Welcome back. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to you.
Cheers.
How was the trip overall?
So fabulous.
Yeah.
I learned so much. I came back with a different appreciation of what's going on in England and everything that's so exciting. We've been talking about it in so many publications.
Yeah.
And so I had to go over there and investigate.
Because I think obviously Bordeaux, I wouldn't think of England as being a hot wine place.
Right.
You know?
So they've been growing grapes actually since the 70s.
Oh.
But English fizz is kind of like the new big topic right now.
Okay.
So actually, if you look at...
Is that where we're starting? English fizz.
English
I like that.
fizz. Okay. It's just all bubbly. It's all bubbly. And they're using the traditional champagne grapes. So they're using Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, and Pinot Meunier.
Okay.
So those are the three grapes that go into the little baby region, actually, just south of them, Champagne, France.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I just learned, I'm so dumb that when we were in wine country last year,
right.
I learned that it's named after the grapes, like the
yes.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. Now I know all of that. But anyway.
So we're going to start with Ridgeview. So I actually visited 7 different wineries.
This is the map right here,
And this is the
Leslie.
map up front here. So what you do is you come down out of London. If you're going to go visit, it's actually a really short trip if you're going to go down to Kent. And
Okay.
Kent is on the eastern side, but I went from Sussex all the way over to Kent. So I started here with Ridgeview, and this is a tiny little family winery.
Okay.
Now, again, all 3 grapes are being produced there, and this one is Pinot Noir forward.
Okay.
So you get a little Pinot Noir, a little Chardonnay, a little Pinot Meunier.
Okay.
What I love, and it's super like delicious and yeasty, very much like champagne would be.
It's yeasty.
It's so good. It's kind of like a stack of French toast.
Yeah.
So
it is good. I do enjoy this. It's a little sweet.
It's still actually dry, very dry.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it's the mint I ate right
toothpaste.
before this.
It's the
It is.
toothpaste.
I think that's what it is. Because I did do a little mint a little bit ago for the Guthrie people. But anyway. Yeah. Okay. Now it's.
Yeah. It
back
has
to
that
being
like
yeasty.
roundness.
Yeah.
Now, the second winery that I loved, and this is also like as you move over into Kent, this is Gusbourne.
Gusbourne.
Now, these 2 wines are actually available in the market, and we do have
Available here.
They're
Okay.
here in the Minneapolis market, yeah.
Okay.
And what I love about this one is this is also the same composition, so Pinot Noir, Chardonnay, and Pinot Meunier, but I love the round character of this. It's so delicious, and like you could have it with so many different meals.
That is spectacular.
Mhm.
That is, write that down, everybody. This one right here, is this is it?
Mhm.
This is the one?
The Gusbourne.
Okay, write that down. That's smooth.
Yes.
That's not, okay.
And what's cool about this too is that this winery it's 100% on clay. And so clay gives you this like really depthy kind of layered creaminess that you can get from the wines.
Because I was going to ask you what you meant by that was a fancy Leslie Miller term, on clay.
Like the ground is clay.
Okay, I was picturing Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore. I was like, okay, yeah. Okay, what's next?
So now we're going to do the Digby. So this is Digby. Digby. So this is actually a really interesting story. This is two gentlemen who actually came out of the business world.
Okay.
And they kind of wanted to change up their professions, and they decided to, you know, go into the wine industry. So what they do is they buy fruit basically from a number of different places, but their soil where they purchase fruit from is 100% chalk. So what's cool about this is it's actually kind of nice and chalky in the mouth. So what the grapes grow out of and the soil, yes, the vines grow out of is actually 100% chalk. And this is the same chalk that actually comes from the region of Champagne up through the English Channel and then into these regions of Kent and Sussex.
It's chalky.
Yeah, it's got like this like texture that it's like.
But not in a bad way. I mean,
Right.
you know, I don't know how you can make chalky good, but I mean, it's good. I like.
But it kind of smells like chalk in the nose. Like you get that like dusty chalkiness that's really minerally in the nose.
Oh, it smells like 3rd grade.
Do you eat a lot of chalkboard dust? You lick the chalkboard?
Yeah, I did. That and glue and stuff. Okay, and we have one more.
One more. Okay, and then this is Hush Heath, and they're a beautiful establishment. A gentleman had purchased a couple hundred acres of land, and this is also in Kent. They've just built a brand new tasting room. I will tell you, if you go there, everybody has a brand new facility. Everybody has a really adorable inn to stay in, great restaurants. It's not as advanced as like Napa and Sonoma because it's brand new, but these guys are like, every publication you pick up right now, everybody's talking about English
This is the hot
fizz.
thing in wine.
Yes, absolutely. And they're not inexpensive. I mean, I do have to say, they're starting at champagne prices. So they're starting at like $70 plus for these bottles.
Oh,
but
seriously?
They're really on the high end of things. But
There ain't no Kendall Jackson around her. Yeah. Okay, what am I drinking?
So this last one is actually Chardonnay forward. So you have Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, and Pinot Meunier. And then remember the Pinot Noir and Pinot Meunier as grapes have a black skin. And so you get this little teeny tiny skin contact here.
Yeah.
And that's why you get the color going on.
Okay.
But it should be a little bit rounder, a little bit more apple forward
It
with
is.
the Chardonnay going on.
I'm actually
here.
tasting that, yeah. And I'm not a huge Chardonnay fan, but this is good. I enjoyed this. Yeah, that's really good.
It's so, so good. And then last piece,
Yeah.
you see that actually I'm serving this to you in a burgundy glass, not a champagne flute. You know, you gotta head to amusewine.com and I will tell you more about glassware, but this is the glass that people from Champagne and England are going with.
This is the new thing? Okay.
A burgundy glass because it's meant to put the wine in the right place in your mouth.
There we go.
Yep.
And I like that. Give it up for Leslie Miller, everybody. For more information, as she said, head to amusewine.com. Cheers. We'll be back right after this. Cheers. I like this. So this is the hot glass. I just noticed you were here. I just noticed some friends of mine are in the front row. I'm so oblivious. I'm like, I'm just doing the show. I'm like, oh, there's Colby. Anyway, welcome back, everybody. Kendall Barbara Bush joins us again on the couch. I see that Barbara Bush was like, Nancy Reagan was the first lady that I remember.
Right.
But then Barbara Bush when I was a teenager, and I loved her pearls, so I'm always a fan of the pearls.
I always think it's really cool that our first ladies like have so much pressure to look good, and you have like those very memorable things about each of them.
Yeah, all of them do.
Just
yeah.
give me Michelle Obama arms, and I'm set.
Yeah, you have beautiful arms. You're perfect just the way you are. There we go. Yeah.
Jay.
You're welcome. This is where you give me a compliment, but that's fine. Yeah.
I love your tie, Jace.
Yeah, great. That's very original.
And your really cool lightsaber.
Whatever. The Emmy nominations came out about a half hour ago, and the big headline is this: Game of Thrones fans, listen up. Record-setting 32 nominations for Game of Thrones at the Emmy Awards.
Whatever.
Kendall, you have an opinion about this, I hear.
For that season, girl, no.
Oh.
What? No, stop it.
Really? You didn't like the last season of Game
Stop.
of Yeah.
No. Episode 3 was good, but the rest was just bunk.
Okay,
It
wow.
was terrible.
Oh, Kendall, don't hold back. Anyway, hey, by the way, again, a reminder, we are dedicating a full week of shows to Duluth. Now, again, we want to be clear, we're not going to be live in Duluth, but we are coming to Duluth to shoot stories. So you will see our group all around the city. So say hi, actually. And thanks for all of your ideas. We are shooting a lot of stories there in, 2 weeks? Fan event on that Friday, yeah. More details for that coming up. Tomorrow on the show, we love her etiquette advice. Julie France is back talking about kids and etiquette. That and more tomorrow. But right now, if you're watching and you're a child that's being bullied, you go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Thanks for watching.